Willkommen et bienvenue. Welcome to the Languages Department at Stratton Upper School. We're really looking forward to meeting you when you join us for your Year 9 transition. And it's time for you to now start thinking about which language you would prefer, and I state prefer because it's not a firm concrete choice, but which language you would prefer to study when you come to us. German and French are the choice of language that you have, and you'll be able to choose between them, well, state a preference, and they're both really important languages for us here in the UK because they are the top two low risk, high reward languages to learn for business. So you can expect to earn up to 15% more than other people if you've studied French or German at GCSE. And following Brexit, both French and German are highly sought after languages for trade and commerce. Germany and France are both within the top 8 economies in the world. So that shows you really how important their standings are and the importance of learning their languages. Both languages are really beneficial. So it doesn't matter which language you do choose, but because both give you an opportunity to gain excellent and diverse communication skills, high employability in a competitive global job market, and that really is something that's really important at the moment, insight into different cultures and traditions, enhanced memory and creativity, better higher level thinking and problem solving skills, more confidence and resilience, and advantages in further education and at university. They also give you the skills to learn another language later on, which is really important because a lot of people always say to us, well, why don't we do Mandarin? Why don't we do Italian? And actually, it doesn't really matter which language you do choose early on in your school career because all languages give you the skills to learn other languages later. So whichever one you do now, if you wanted to do a different language later on as you get older, by doing a language in Year 9, you've already got skills and background to be able to do another one further down the line. German. Why might you choose German? It's something that's completely new for you. It's something that you've not studied yet. You've been doing French at middle school already, and German you probably don't know much about. So just to give you a little bit of insight, German gives you better job prospects and earning power in these industries. So we've got engineering, finance and banking, IT, high-tech products, the car industry. Think about all those cars that are made in Germany. Industrial machinery and equipment, pharmaceuticals, environmental energy saving innovation, sports and leisure, politics. So these are key areas. It's not to say that it's exclusively these areas, but these are key areas which German really does flourish in. French is also extremely widely respected, highly respected, and particularly within engineering and nuclear power, construction, aerospace, medical genetics, the car industry again, travel and tourism, luxury goods, fashion industry. Think about all those Chanel, Dior items, law and international organisations. So things like the Olympic Committee, their main language is French alongside English. So really both have very high recommendations for where they can take you within industry. So within German, as I said, you'd be studying German totally from scratch, which means that you'll be looking at the basics around the language and the structures, and we'll be doing a lot of work on my world and myself, family and pets, free time, talking about school, talking about your town and holidays. French, on the other hand, because you've already been doing French for a while, we're going to be building on the basics you've learned, and we actually start the GCSE foundation course in French. Both courses, both the German and the French, do prepare you for the GCSE, but within French we do actually start the GCSE that little bit earlier. That doesn't mean before you start panicking, that doesn't mean that you do have to take it for GCSE, but because we do encourage you to take a language, it gives you that little bit of foundation there. German, on the other hand, you'll be fully prepared by the time you get to the end of Year 9 when you have decided that you want to take that for GCSE. So in French, we studied mainly self and relationships, media and free time. So we're building on everything that you've already done and developing our understanding of structures and knowledge there. So I've got a little bit of a taster task for you. These are activities that come up in the GCSE. So we have been a bit mean to you here and giving you a little bit of challenge. But here we've got a task which is C'est la fête, and it's just having a quick look. Can you read and match the pictures to the paragraphs? Give you a couple of minutes to have a look at that. I'm sure that you can. Okay, did you get these answers? So à Noël, on décore le sapin de Noël et on s'offre des cadeaux. À Pâques, on cherche des œufs en chocolat dans le jardin. À la Chandeleur, on prépare et on mange des crêpes. Et le 6 janvier, on mange un gâteau spécial qui s'appelle une galette des rois. And here we have a taster task in German, another GCSE standard task. And we've got here some really long German words. German loves to put words together and make really long words. You can get some spectacularly long words of like 20, 30 letters. We've not been that mean to you here. We want to see if you can put together using these words here. As you can see, we've got an example there: wedding dress, Hochzeit, and then Kleid makes a wedding dress. So the word in the middle column, that's your first word that you need to go with the clue on the left hand side, the English clue. Can you match them up there? So let's see how we did with this one. So we did say wedding dress was a Hochzeitskleid, sun cream, Sonnencreme, cowboy hat, a cowboy hoot, computer mouse, favourite sports, Lieblingssport, birthday party, Geburtstagsparty, and a semi-detached house, a Doppelhaus. And you'll see there with German and English, there are quite a few similarities. You've got to remember that both German and French have influenced English tremendously. So you will see in both languages a lot of similarities between the two. Just to whet your appetite further, there are quite a few celebrities who do speak many other languages. And for French and German, here are a few people who do. So these celebrities speak French. Johnny Depp, he was married actually to a French person for several years, quite a while back, but he was married to a French person, Vanessa Paradis. Serena Williams, Mick Jagger, all three really good French speakers. Then with German, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sandra Bullock and Bruce Willis all speak German. Alex Ferguson of footballing fame, he said, all I can advise is that you keep working at your languages. Foreign languages are exciting and interesting. Keep up the hard work, it will be worth it in the end. And I should really state as well that actually sport is a really good example of where languages are really useful. French and German very much within football, tennis, water sports, snow sports, you name it. French and German are within the sporting world as well, both very important. So what happens now? You need to think about which language you would prefer to learn with us when you join us in September. You need to think, do you want to start something new, or would you like to carry on with something that you know? You might have different views about this, and you need to think carefully about how you feel yourself, not what your friend is thinking, not what anybody else has said. What do you think about it? Have you thought, yes, I really want to build on my French, or actually, you know what, I'd like to think about doing something a bit different? It's up for you to state your preference. And as I said, it's a preference and it's not set in stone. You may find you are allocated to a different option due to timetabling or class needs that we need to accommodate. If you have a strong reason for choosing a certain language, for example, you go on holiday to France every year, or your best friends happen to live in Germany and you want to be able to communicate with them more, you need to start thinking about why you might want to do that language more than another. So really do tell us if you have a really strong reason for choosing a certain language. We would say, if however you do speak French or German at home, it's probably best to choose the language you don't speak at home, because you'll find that the level in school is not where you would need it to be. So it's best to choose a language that's totally new to you or reasonably new to you, rather than one that you do already speak. So we are really looking forward to seeing you, and we hope that you've had a little bit of food for thought today with thinking about which language you would prefer to study. If you do have any questions, you can always ask us here at Stratton, and we've got some email addresses here for you to email about languages at Stratton. So please do let us know if there's anything that you have questions about. Otherwise, a bientôt, bis bald, see you later.